Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 49 of Cute Little Love Letters, and this one is titled A Denki Type Fit. After dinner and dessert, you struck up a conversation about the greenhouse in the hopes that it could lead you to the point of being able to show it to Denki. You loved the greenhouse, and you loved that your dad loved being there too, so you wanted to show Denki a place in the house that was a beloved place for those in the family with Fae alignment. It was just something you felt was close to your heart, but aside from seeing what was in the greenhouse, you wanted to show Denki the natural oak root slide that you loved to use to get to the garden section quickly. And so as soon as you mentioned the greenhouse, your dad jumped on it. "Yes, do show Denki my babies," he said happily. "You start on ahead, and I'll come down to give a running commentary of my flowers." "Oh, cool," Denki said with excitement as he looked from your dad to you. "I get to see the behind the scenes of the Instagram famous Faerie Botanica." Your dad chuckled bashfully. "Oh, I wouldn't say I'm famous yet," he chuckled.
"Yet," you said confidently. "I like that you said yet. It alludes to it being a possibility in the future. Good confidence," you said with a nod, and your mum chimed in to support. "Yes, well pointed out and very well spoken, Dad," she said with a gentle smile. "Wise choice of words."
"Oh," he said with a small blush on his cheeks, loving the attention from your mum. It didn't matter how old your dad was, he always seemed to revert to a shy teenager whenever your mum complimented him.
"Mum," you said, drawing her attention, "thank you so much for dinner. It was very nice and filling."
"Yes, thank you, Mrs. Yin's mum, and to you too, Mr. Yin's dad. The food was really delicious," Denki said with a smile. "It's been so nice to be with you all tonight." Your heart swelled with pride. Denki appeared to fit in very well with your family's aesthetics, and you could see your mum and dad approved, judging by the smiles on their faces.
"You are a gem, Denki," your mum said with another smile. "You are always welcome at this table."
"Oh, thank you. It's a very nice table too," he added, gently stroking the smooth oak top, and you quickly stifled a giggle. Unsure if he was being serious or not, but he seemed serious, and you didn't want to offend him or anything. It was cute how into it he was.
"May we be excused?"
you then asked, and your mum nodded.
"Yes, of course. Go and enjoy the greenhouse. I believe the fairy lights are on down there too. You should be able to see,"
she said as she stood up.
"Oh, how pretty,"
you thought as you smiled and stood up, and Denki followed suit. "I'll be down in a bit. I'll just help with the dishes," your dad said. "Oh," Denki said suddenly. "I'm so sorry. Let me help too. I'm good at carrying things. I helped Yin carry her books to class." You remembered that moment that he was talking about, and also remembered that he had dropped a few books and fumbled some others, but didn't say anything. You could tell by the look on his face, though, that he had remembered, and he hummed unsurely for a second. Well, I did drop them a little. I was nervous, but, I'm not as nervous now. I don't think so. No, wait, maybe I am," he said, confusing himself with his own words. You couldn't help but giggle then, and your dad chuckled lightly at Denki's honesty. "Denki," he said with a smile. "Man to man, I still get nervous around Mrs. Yinlin's mum here. There's something about the girls of this family that make the boys nervous," he said with a wink, and Denki grinned. "Yeah, you got that right, sir," he said brightly, and you giggled again when your mum tapped your dad playfully on the arm.
"Stop being such a flirt,"
she said with a cheeky smile, and he gave her a little smirk. "I have to say it sometime," he replied. Then he turned to you and Denki again. "You head on. I'll be fine here. Don't worry about me, Denki. I'll do my best not to drop anything for the nerves." "Good luck," Denki said earnestly. "It's hard." Your dad reached his fist across the table for Denki to fist bump, and he did, the pair smirking at each other while they did it.
"You boys,"
your mum tutted playfully.
"Take him, Yin, before they get any more confident and comfortable,"
she joked, and you giggled and took Denki's arm to pull him away.
"Come on, let's go,"
you said with another giggle. "Good luck, Mr. Yin's dad, sir," Denki called, as he pulled him along behind you to the start of the slide. "And to you too, Denki," your dad called back. "I thought you wanted me to have more confidence," you heard your dad banter to your mum in the distance as he walked off. "Your parents are so chill. I really like them," Denki said as he caught up a little and took your hand in his so you could walk together.
"You fit in really well here,"
you said with a smile at him and a small squeeze to his hand. "I'm glad I do," he said with a soft look down at you, and then looked up when you stopped at the slide. It took him a second before he realised what he was looking at, and then he gasped. "Oh, hell yeah. Is this a slide? That's sick," he said excitedly. "Are we going to go down it?"
"Yes,"
you giggled excitedly.
"Do you want to go down first?"
Can we go down one behind the other? You sit between my legs and I'll wrap my arms around you, he said, and you could feel your ears tingling and cheeks burning at the thought, but nodded shyly anyway.
Yeah,
you said softly. Okay, cool. Come on, let's do this, he said, as he walked over to the start of the slide and then sat down on the polished oak. Come here, he gestured, opening his arms for you to come and sit down in his lap. Shyly you did so, and he got you in position between his legs and then wrapped one arm around you and used the other to help himself push along until the slide started to descend. It goes a little quickly in the middle part, you cautioned as you started to move. I'll hold on to you, he said as he placed his other arm around you and held you tight, and then the slide really started to dip and you both giggled and squealed and chuckled as you wound your way down and around and then came to a stop at the end. That was so cool, Denki said with a little hug to you. I don't want to let you go though. You turned your head to the side and nuzzled into him. I really like your cuddles, you said softly, and then looked up into his eyes. He was so close he could have just bent his head a little and kissed you on the nose. Or... Your eyes slowly looked from his eyes to his nose to over his lips, and he noticed, his focus being drawn there as well, and he licked his bottom lip a little nervously, which broke your concentration and you looked away. Let me show you the plants, you said, and he let you go and got up off the slide as you got off him. Was she looking at my lips? Does she want me to kiss her? Because I really want to kiss her, but I don't want to rush things. We only just got comfortable with holding hands and now hugging, but her lips would be so soft against mine, Denki thought as he followed you into the greenhouse and then looked around. You stopped and looked back at him, smiling as he just stood there in awe. He looked so cute there, and you just had to come back and hold his hand, giving it a little squeeze. What do you think? You asked him proudly. This is wicked times 10, he said in awe. This is so cool. Back up at the house, your dad was picking up the plates from the dining table and taking them into the kitchen where your mum was washing them up, and he stopped to give her a little kiss on the temple. Denki's a fine boy, isn't he? He said to your mum. He's a very sweet boy, your mum said with a little smile to herself. But, your dad asked with surprise. What do you mean, but? When he spoke about his quirk, his aura shifted ever so slightly. I think there's something about his quirk that he doesn't want to talk about, she mused. I'm a curious sort. I don't think it's anything too bad, but I wonder what he's hiding. I don't think Yin knows about it either. I do hope he tells her though. Transparency in relationships is like a glass jar over a rose. Much better to see the beauty of a rose through a clear glass, is it not? Your dad chuckled and kissed her temple again. Wise old owl, he said playfully with a knowing smirk. Ooh, Mum picked up on it. No surprises there. Stay tuned for chapter 50 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.